Yes! Alrighty! What's up, everybody? It is I, your Tribal God of Extreme, Peter Joseph here, for a beautiful Friday afternoon. And it's Friday. You gotta get down on Friday. Something for that weekend. Like a great singer sang. Like a black. But it is a Friday afternoon, May the 29th, 2026. The final weekend of May, as we get to June on Monday. Thank you all for watching on this beautiful Friday afternoon, right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 66. Now, and as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down below with the comments in the description box. Not in the comments, but in the description box below. And subscribe to my other channels as well, down below too, so you don't forget that. Leave a comment on the video if you like, but leave stupid comments. Bye-bye, so long, farewell to you. You will get sent to the Shadow Realm, beaten severely, and then Ozzy and Saint will come out and laugh at you and then eat your soul. So don't do it. Do it somewhere else. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and don't forget to tap and slap that bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. If you miss anything, you should get slapped in the face because you're SOL. You know what that means. If you don't know what it means, you might get slapped again. And that's that. So, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and all the good shit. And if you're brand new here, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice, tasty, cold one. We got mixed fruit punch in here. Non-alcohol. Nothing. It's a little bitty thing, so. And you can't tell there's any alcohol in this either, so. Kiss my ass, Mahoney. And that's that. So, grab yourself a nice, tasty cold one, put your feet up, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You know, well, fuck you, man. And that's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this Friday afternoon, right here on the main channel, Kill Demon 669. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you have a great weekend. Should be nice here in the Northeast. Rained a little bit this morning, but cleared up. And gonna enjoy the final weekend of May as we begin the final month of the first half of the Price is Right. I mean, the first half of 2026. And we'll see what happens as we finish off the first half and get into the second half of 2026. And summer is coming in 3 weeks. Can't wait for that. Gonna be a great summer. Lots of things. I got a lot of things planned. Some trips here and there. Some mini trips. And we'll see what happens as we get to 4th of July weekend. And beyond. And all that other good shit. But that's pretty much it. Also, I mean, it's a good Friday because the new In This Moment video, Sleeping with the Enemy, popped off after midnight. Already has over, at last count, it was 10,000 views in pretty much the first half of the day. So, we'll see what happens as we get to, get through the rest of the day, how many views it gets in a day. I think it's going to hit over 1 million in a week. So by this time next Friday, should be about 1 million or a couple 100,000 at least. But it's a banger. It is a banger. Different sound, which is okay, but it's how Maria wants to do it. The video's amazing. Maria in a top hat, kind of have that blood feel, but the guys, Travis, Randy, Kent, and Chris, banging those instruments and making them sound amazing. The video's just amazing. So if you haven't seen it yet, it is on my Peter Joseph channel, on my community tab, also on my community tab on my Metal Guy channel, and I might review it later today or sometime this weekend, so I might play a snippet of it. Not going to play all of it, because obvious copyright rules, so we'll see how that goes. But if you haven't seen it yet, just search Sleeping with the Enemy by In This Moment. It's a banger. Give it a thumbs up. If you give it a thumbs down, you don't know music. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. And In This Moment be on tour this September into October, I think early November too, with I think both for my Valentine, I think. I gotta look. But they will be at Louder Than Life in September. Or Rockville, I think. One of those festivals in September. Then they're going on pretty much to start the new album tour, which will probably go through the rest of this year into next year. And once again, New York gets shafted! Fuck! I have to go to Connecticut to see them. That's New Haven, Connecticut, mind you. It's not a hop, skip, and jump away. I mean, it's easy to get to and back. But it's, pain in the ass, but, I mean, no New Jersey dates. I have to look at the tour again, but no New Jersey dates. There's a Reading, Pennsylvania date. I'm not going all the way over there, but if they were at the PNC, it would be nice, because I can get there and back in like 2 hours. But it is what it is. But yeah, so new In This Moment music, finally, to go with Heretic. I don't know if that's going to be on the album, but I assume it is, but Sleeping at the Enemy, out now. Go watch it and tell them I sent you. That's pretty much it. But right now, as we get to SmackDown on your VPN at 2 p.m. from Barcelona, Spain, should be an interesting show. Cody and Walter, see what happens with that. I think we got Jade Cargill in action, and a whole lot more on your 3-hour Cure for Insomnia that we'll see at 8 o'clock tonight anyway, but we'll have spoilers later on. And that's SmackDown, or Weltdown. I don't know how you say SmackDown in Spanish, but Beatdown, that's what it's called. Yeah, Beatdown in Spanish, basically. El Beatdown. Anyway, well, we got that. But before we get to SmackDown on your VPN, on Netflix, if you have Netflix via VPN, you can watch it, but you can't watch it on Watch Wrestling, so. But I'm going to try to fire up my VPN. My VPN's kind of being weird today, so I'll try to watch some of it, but we'll see. But before we get to that, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your really quick, and it's out of date, Monday Night Raw thoughts, Jonathan. Thoughts. For this past Monday, Memorial Day, May 25th, 2026. So the annual Memorial Day edition of Monday Night Raw. And we are emanating from the Schottenstein. Not Steen. Well, I guess you Schottenstein. Not the Hammerstein, but because Kevin Steen built that place. But the Schottenstein Center in Columbus, Ohio. And as always on Monday Night Raw, Michael Cole and Corey Slave, our commentary team. Alright, this is the Raw Go Home show before Clash in Italy this Sunday afternoon. And we get that. Alright, so we started with Paul Heyman in the ring, hyping up the rematch of all rematches, Brock Lesnar to Electric Boogaloo in Italy. Gets cut up by Oba chants. He says Oba's going to get conquered by the Conqueror, Brock Lesnar. We see a video of Brock. Says he had never been beaten like that before in his life. He's about to let it end, and fake retirement end like that. So he's like, Oba, can you take a beating like I just did? Well, you're going to take a beating from a retired beast. So back in the arena, Heyman says it's time for Oba to be destroyed. Oba comes out and basically gets right in Heyman's face and says, you just awoken the beast in me. It says, you thought F4, F5's awoken me? Nah. So it basically tells Heyman that at WrestleMania, I came to beat him, and at Clash in Italy, I'm coming to kill him. What? I'm like, shit. It's going to be a fight on Sunday afternoon. It is going to be Raw. Or, not Raw, but War. Oh, going to be match of the... I think that could be another match of the year candidate. The first one was good, even though it didn't last that long, but still. I think Brock is going to get his win back. They're going to have their third and final match at SummerSlam in Brock's hometown of Minneapolis, Minnesota, where the Vikings play on night 2. I mean, night 1 or night 2, we put it there, it's going to be banger. So, I would put it on night 2 just for Brock. because probably will be the last actual time we'll see Brock, because that'll be his official retirement. But we'll see what happens with that. But that segment was just epic. We get that. Alright, then we got a Saturday's Main Event recap. You missed that. Go rewatch Saturday's Main Event. Alright, then we had Bouncy, Javon Evans, and Pentagon Zero for the Intercontinental title. This was a pretty good match. At one point, Javon with a flippy dippity do, and then Pentagon caught him, and boom! Hit the lower back on the metal part of the announce table. Ow! That had to hurt. And that really came into play, because after, Pentagon dove into a super kick by Javon, he hits the OG cutter. Should have pinned him right there, so I think he could have won the Intercontinental title, but no! He goes up top, dives into a backstabber, and then Pentagon finished him off with the Mexican Destroyer to retain pretty much just under 12.5 minutes. That's it. Pentagon's still your Intercontinental Champion. And then after the match, a little cold of, Pentagon raised Javon's hand, and Javon's like, "Get your hand off me, fool!" Is Javon turning heel? Because he went in the back later, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry about that. I was just in the moment. I was just pissed off about the loss." So Pentagon's like, "It's okay, S.A., it's okay. We amigos still." Or so we think. And we got that. Alright, then we find out that Logan Paul is out 6 months with a torn tricep. Oh boy. So now we just got Austin Theory and Braun Breaker in the Vision, but Bronson Reed's coming back in a couple months. So the Vision will be back full strength probably by the fall somewhere. We'll see. But Austin Theory tries to hand Paul Heyman the tag team titles. I guess I don't know what they're going to do with the tag team titles unless Braun Breaker's going to team with him now. I assume that's going to happen. But, so Theory's now partners with Braun Breaker, so Braun Breaker gets the tag team titles outright. He didn't earn it, but whatever. So Theory's like, "I'm going to take out all my enemies tonight that did the Vision wrong." So, after that, Joe Hendry sings a stupid song for Logan Paul. And then, out of nowhere, Austin Theory comes in with a chair, lays him out, beats his ass. Thank you, Austin Theory. Thank you. We get that. Seth Rollins comes up to Angelo Dawkins. He's like, "I stayed out of your match on Saturday's Main Event. I'm sorry for what happened that night. I saw what happened, and, I never seen Theory do what he did, do something like that." He said, and he's like, "We need to unite against the Vision." And then Montez Ford comes in and is like, no. You are a piece of shit. You're a pain in my ass." But Ron's like, "Well, we don't have to like each other. We're fighting for the common good. We have the same enemy. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. I understand what it means to not trust anyone." Brings up his own successes and the Shield and shit like that. Montez says, I never stabbed my brother in the back yet. So Montez's like, "How about we fight?" So we get that match. It didn't end so well. It was a good match. Great match between them. I think Seth won that match. Well, we get that. Alright, then we get a hype video for the Mask vs. Mask match this Saturday night at Triple R Noche de los Grandes between the Americanos, Ludwig Spears, and Chad Gable. Rey Mysterio hyped that video. He's the new GM of Triple R. You figured that one out, huh? "You shouldn't even be GM, he's a pendejo!" I know, Eddie. I know. I would have had The Undertaker be the GM. "That guy's a great man. He's a great man. He's a legend like me." Well, he's kinda dead. You're dead. You're dead. But he's kinda dead. You get it, what I'm saying? "Oh, that's right. I got this goddamn halo on my head. We got pendejos. Okay, calm down, Eddie. We don't have Dragon Balls. I get it all for you in an instant. But yeah, I really thought that The Undertaker, the GOAT of all goats of the modern era, should have been the Triple R GM. I mean, he basically runs it. can't be owner GM? Come on now. But we had to give it to Rey Mysterio, because obvious reasons. Hope he gets fired. I'll get him fired! Okay, Eddie, calm down now, please. Okay, moving on with that. So anyway. So Javon and Pentagon are talking. They settle things. Javon's a little hothead, so he apologized. So he leaves, and then Rey Mysterio comes up to Pentagon. They chat for a little bit, and Pentagon offers him a title shot, which he never fucking earned. But that works for Rey, because he's been a former Intercontinental Champion himself, so. I mean, yeah, we'll get to see it. I mean, great. By the way, Eddie, what's going on with your son? Dominic Guerrero, ese. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Why isn't he getting booked, ese? I don't understand. I don't understand it either. Where is Dom? Yeah, we see him come out with Liv Morgan in the Judgment Day, but he hasn't had a match on Raw in a month or two? Yeah, he's still a Triple R Mega Champion of Champions, but still. They just can't book him on the main roster. What's going on? What is up with that, Hunter? What, you have nothing creative for Dom to do? Oh, here's a thought. Why don't you have him defend the Triple R title like he defended against Finn and won? There's something for him to do. Or have him go to Triple R, defend the belt, whether he loses or not. At least he has something to do. Just come out and basically, get a hard-on for Liv Morgan. Trouble, trouble, that's me. Okay. What are you doing with Dom? You have no direction with Dom now. It's sad. Well, I guess at least he gets his off time to be with his wife, not Liv Morgan, of course, but, his actual wife. Yeah, maybe Dom will pop out a kid or two, a little baby Guerrero for Eddie to, right, Eddie? You don't have to have some great grandchildren in that neck of the woods. Hey, if Dom does it, I would be very happy. Okay, I get it. We get it. Alright, we get that. Speaking of the Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, they take on the Bird Lady, Lyra Valkyria Lassie Beach from Ireland, and Bayley, give me a hug. Tag team match, Dom, obviously at ringside. It was a pretty decent match. Dom gets involved with the Triple R belt. Tug of war between Bayley and Roxanne. Bayley lets go. The belt hits Dom. Oops. And Bayley gets a fruit roll up on Roxanne. 1, 2, 3. Roxanne. Roxanne! You don't have to put on the red light! Okay. Yeah, that was really bad. I know. Thank you. Hey, you're not any better at karaoke. Ruin a great Bee Gees song for me. And a Spice Girls song. You don't want to hear Rosa sing karaoke. It's not great. Just saying. I have a better voice. I mean, she'll get into it when she's. What? No, never mind. Nothing. Go away. Go away. Thank you. Going on. Alright, Alright, then Anna Pierce talks to our Tribal Chief, put up your ones. Roman Reigns says Jacob should be fired. Roman gets it, says, I had to accept tribal combat, because, I'm the Tribal Chief, of course. I don't run away from anybody, like the prophecy, we don't run away from anybody. So he wants guarantees that if he wins, Jacob will serve him, or be fired. And Roman's like, well, if I lose, we're screwed. I hope. I think Roman's gonna retain. Jacob's gonna join the bloodline. Unwillingly. But you will bend the knee, Jacob. I love you and all, but, I love my Tribal Chief even more. But not like that, but you know what I mean. We move on. Alright, then we got a Memorial Day video. Very nice. What's that? Alright, then Eli Drake. That's an insult. That's a fact of life. He comes out, talks about Memorial Day, wishes the military well, all that stuff. He's done with the vision. He's ready to do something new. Yeah, if you have any creative stuff for him. So he says, next week is the start of the King of the Ring tournament. I didn't know, that's nice. He's in, because he's aiming for Roman. Good luck with that. And he's wondering about the Usos, because they're with the most corrupt world champ. Shut up, alright? Eli, shut your mouth when you're talking about my tribal chief. You're just bitter because he beat you. Or the Usos whipped your ass so many times. Get over it. So then Jimmy comes out, So Eli's like, you don't want to be, Roman's errand boy. Jimmy calls him all saying, if you keep this up, my family would become your business again. So he goes to leave. Eli stops him saying Jimmy's is the only guy in the family he actually likes. He's never cared for Roman, and if things start going badly, he'll put the family out of business. Yeah, right. Yeah, but every time he gets into the title picture, the world title picture, he just fails. So what's the point? Win the King of the Ring, nobody cares, you'll lose. I think Oba's gonna win the King of the Ring. Oba's gonna win the King of the Ring. King Oba! That's what I think. On the Queen's side, I'm hoping Queen Io. We haven't seen that. I want Io to win Queen of the Ring. Let her go after or maybe we see Queen Io and Liv Morgan. They've been doing that on the house shows so far, with Ruka involved. I don't know why, but hey, Io versus Liv for the world title, for the world title at SummerSlam. That could be good if Io won. That'd be nice. Pay a little thing to Asuka, like, I won! Ta-da! Stuff like that. We'll see. We get that. And then after that, we get that. So Adam Pearce likes the idea of Rey Mysterio getting the Intercontinental title shot. Oh, Ego! Ethan Page, he comes in, don't like that at all. He wants his rematch with Pentagon. Pearce says, you have to earn that. So Ethan's like, well, how did he earn how did Ray earn a rematch? He didn't even get one because he never fought for the belt. We never had it. Whatever. So that doesn't sit well with Ray or Adam Pearce. And then Alexander Rusev. Rusev smacks CK Penny pussy. Yeah. He comes in. And it's like, hey, what's going on here? So Ethan gives his version of his story. Kind of messed it up a little bit. Ray asks to face Rusev for the title later on. That works for Rusev, who threatens to Bangarang. What? Bangarang? What are you, Dalton Castle? Peacock. That was like, what? I didn't say Bangarang or like Bangarang. He said it really weird. I'm like, what? What? What are you talking about, Rusev? Shit. Alright, so we got that match later on. So then we get the Seth and Montez Ford, which was a banger. 12.5 minutes. Montez goes for the big running flippity-dippity-doo. He hit it. He throws Seth back in. Goes for a 450 splash. Miss. No one in the pool for you, sir. And then Seth stomped his ass in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. That was it. Good match. Afterwards, we see Angel Dawkins get knocked through the entranceway, and then a sorta concerto, which he never hit. With the cameras like this far away, we know he didn't hit him with the chair. Oh, that's like really bad botch on live TV. Oh, dude. They showed the botch right then and there. I'm like, and then they showed the replay of it. Why? So we can see the botch even more? Alright, then after the break, Montez is trying to find out if Dawkins is okay. Yeah, he didn't get hit with a chair. He's okay. Seth comes up, says, so Montez is like, you know what? You're right. We need to form a union so we can go after the Vision. Then he goes into the trainer's room to see if Dawkins is still alive. And then Rollins says, I want Braun Breaker and I want him soon. So Pearce is going off to talk to Mr. Paul Heyman. Well, obviously that might be a Clash in Italy. Maybe a stipulation. I don't know. So we get the Clash in Italy rundown so far. And then, bye-bye! Becky Lynch, very pleased with facing Sol Ruka in a rematch for the Women's Intercontinental title. Said that there's a difference between flippy dippity doos and tricks and greatness. And she tells Sol, welcome to the big time! I think Sol might win this time. It really should be a no disqualification match, but a regular stupid match for the this time for the title. Is Sol gonna win? Let me go see. Alright, then we get to Rey Mysterio and Rusev for the next shot at Pentagon. Ethan Page on commentary. Rey gives Rusev a 619 to the gut. Then a regular 619 is countered. Rusev tries the accolade, but gets reversed into a fruit rolled up. 1, 2, 3, so Rey gets his title shot anyway. So, that was alright. After match, Rusev jumps jumps, sorry Eddie, I didn't mean it. It's okay! You only get one botch! Okay. So, Rusev jumps Rey, but then Dragon Lee comes in for the save. Ethan comes in, he gets beaten up as well. Dragon Lee hits him with a big running flippy dippity doo. Rey hits a 619 on Rusev into Operation Dragon. Guess what? Probably a tag team match player next week on Raw. Joy! Yay! We get that. Alright, Adam Pearce then threw Austin Theory out like yesterday's garbage. Theory doesn't like that. Then Paul Heyman sucks up to Adam Pearce. They walk away. Heyman's like, ugh, you know. They pass Alpha Academy, Otis, Tozawa, and Maxine. Whee! And then Maxine's like, get out of here! Yeah, get out of there so you can go into a broom closet and fuck him. Right, Maxine? Because you know you don't like Anthony Luke. You got caught! Most likely. They're breaking up. I think Theory and Maxine are a better couple than her and Anthony Luke. Cam Hendricks. The price you pay for going on the road, you know, you're away from your hubby, your boyfriend, next thing you know, you're in bed with some guy or girl. There goes your relationship, there goes your marriage. Sometimes it pays to be a wrestler, sometimes it doesn't. But hey, you're a male wrestler, you get the fuck a lot of the female talent. God damn, I want to be a wrestler now. I'm retired. But I got my own wrestler here, you know. Alright, well, we get that. Alright, then Anna Pearce is in the ring for the contract signing between Jacob and Roman 2. Electric Boogaloo for Clash in Italy. Jacob comes out, signs immediately. And then, he starts rearranging the set, because he's a madman. Roman comes out, get a happy birthday chant, because his birthday was on Monday. Happy birthday to the Tribal Chief, 41 years old. So, they talk for a little bit. Roman says that if Jacob wins on Sunday, he's the new Tribal Chief, which he won't. But if Jacob can't dog walk him, Roman is going to domesticate him. Shit. If Jacob can't beat him, Jacob will serve him, and in time, Jacob will love the Tribal Chief, like Jimmy and Jay did after a while, a couple months. So, Jacob says, it looks like a win for me then. Yeah, sure. Because I have a job either way. I don't know about that. Well, actually, it is true. So, so Jacob's like, when I win, you and everyone else will learn how to acknowledge me. No, you just did not say that. They shake hands, you know, and then they, So, I know mutual respect, family, mutual respect, but that goes right out the window on Sunday afternoon. Is this going to be war? This is the third tribal combat match, because the first one with Cody and how that ended, I don't want to talk about that. Then Solo versus Roman tribal combat on the Netflix premiere. That was insane. Roman won that, obviously. So, Roman is basically 1-1. I think he's going to go to 2-1. He's going to win this match on Sunday. I hope we don't see the Usos come out and, help out. I don't think Roman needs them. Maybe we get to see Zila or Lance. Maybe the big guy looks like Yokozuna, but I don't know. What's his name? Dallas? Dallo? Not Dallo. Not that Dallo. Julio Dallo, but not Dallo Tonga, Dallo Fatu, whatever his name is. I doubt that. I doubt we even see Solo. But you never know in tribal combat, because it's no rules, no DQ, One fall to a finish, and the winner has to acknowledge the other man as the tribal chief, or whatever. If Roman loses, he has to acknowledge Jacob, and if Jacob loses, he has to acknowledge Roman. So it's basically an acknowledgement match, if you think about it. But that's up. Alright, so that ends Monday Night Raw. Well, I thought Monday Night Raw was pretty good, actually. 7.25 out of 10 stars, and that's pretty much it. Alright, I'm going to fire up the VPN, go watch some SmackDown. There will be spoilers tonight, because I will be doing a SmackDown review tonight. After SmackDown, we'll be talking about TNA Ring of Honor right here on the channel, and then we'll get to SmackDown later tonight. We'll talk about AEW tomorrow, with AEW Dynamite and Collision getting you set up for this, another edition of Collision, a live edition of Saturday Night Collision. Why? Don't know. Too much fucking wrestling this week. And then that'll get you ready for Noche Sola Grandes. I'll talk about that on Sunday morning before we get to Clash in Italy. Or just do Noche Sola Grandes after Clash in Italy. So I'll do the predictions video Sunday morning for Clash in Italy. And then we'll do the reviews for Noche Sola Grandes and Clash in Italy Sunday afternoon, Sunday night. And then we'll see what happens after that. We'll do another video Monday, maybe Monday afternoon we'll do some type of video. We'll do that. But right now, let's get to SmackDown. If you have a VPN, fire it up, baby. If not, you have to wait till 8 o'clock. So, there will be spoilers later on tonight, or later on today. So, you don't want to listen to it. Do not watch my video until, like, 11 o'clock tonight. So, we get that. But, thanks for watching, guys. 7.25 out of 10 stars for Raw. And that's all I gotta say about that. Until next time, my friends. Peace.